All right, well, The Breakfast Club is one of the most memorable movies of the 80s. It's one of my personal favorites. I'm sure it's on your list, too. And can you believe it? It has hit the big 3-0. Well, we're going to catch up with one of its stars, Molly Ringwald, in a moment. But first, a look back at the Hollywood classic.
Saturday, March 24th, 1984.
More than 30 years ago, who knew a movie about a group of high school students forced to spend a Saturday in detention would become a pop culture fixture? The Breakfast Club was director John Hughes' sophomore flick, starring a group of relatively unknown young actors who went on to star in other movies together during the 80s, earning them the nickname the Brat Pack.
Being bad feels pretty good.
Leading the way, Molly Ringwald as Claire Standish, the prom queen.
What's that?
Sushi.
5 teens with seemingly nothing in common: the brain, the athlete, the basket case, the criminal, and the princess.
I know it's detention, but I don't think I belong in here.
Forced to spend some quality time together, they find out that they're more similar than they'd thought.
I mean, we're all pretty bizarre. Some of us are just better at hiding it, that's all.
The coming-of-age movie was an instant hit, earning critical acclaim and cult classic status, delivering a message that still rings true more than 30 years later.
But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain.
And an athlete.
And a basket case. A princess.
And a criminal.
Does that answer your question? Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club.
Molly Ringwald, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I just want you to know there was a time in the 80s when I had every single word of this movie memorized.
Wow.
I could recite your lines,
I
Ali
don't think I
Sheedy's
ever had
lines.
all of my lines memorized. That's amazing.
Do you find that people still come up to you, want to talk about this movie, that it really has a staying power?
It does. I mean, I always loved the script and I loved the movie, but I never imagined that we would be talking about it 30 years later. You know, I never imagined that it would still speak to, you know, my kids. I have an 11-year-old who just saw it for the first time. And I have 5-year-old twins, and I feel like it just keeps speaking to generation after generation.
What was that like? Because you have a daughter, Matilda.
Yeah.
And did she say, hey, I'd like to see this movie, or how was it that you guys watched it?
Well, we watched it because all of her friends had seen it. You know, actually earlier than I had intended. I thought she was going to see it when she was a teenager. You know, I thought 11 was a little bit young, and I think still it is, but I actually did a story about it for This American Life because I wanted to sort of, it mattered to me. I showed her 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink, but I was kind of holding out on that one, and I realized it had a lot of significance for me.
The themes really hold up,
Yeah.
I think. I don't even think the outfits are that bad. Do you? I mean, I think everyone looks pretty good.
I picked out my outfit. I went out because originally it was supposed to be something else, and it didn't quite work. And so John Hughes took me out in Chicago. We just went shopping, and I picked out that whole outfit.
I was going to say, where are those boots now, and could I borrow them?
I would love to have those boots, you know, but we had to spend every day for about 3 months in the same outfit. So by the time it was finished, I wanted to have a bonfire.
Exactly.
But I would love to have those boots now. The boots and the statue. I would love to have that statue.
Oh, how cool would that look in your house?
Somebody has that. Somebody, somewhere.
Exactly. Put it up for auction. What was it like behind the scenes? I mean, obviously there was a ton of chemistry among the cast members.
Yeah.
I mean, did everyone get along?
Yeah, I think we all got along great. You know, it was a little hard because it was in February, and Anthony Michael Hall and I were the only ones who were actually the age that we were. I think I was 16, and he was not much younger, and the other kids were in their 20s. So, you know, we had to go to school, or we had to go to detention and then cut and then go to school.
Real school.
Yeah, real school. Back and forth, back and forth. So that was a little hard. But, you know, it was in the middle of winter. We saw each other every day. We got really close. It was a lot of fun.
By the way, you mentioned you were 16 when you shot this.
Yes.
We have a little tape. You were on this show when you were 16. Let's play the soundbite.
With Jane Pauley, right?
We're all in there for our little individual crime, which, you know, a couple of them are more serious than others. And what happens is we're, a lot happens. We're all really incredibly honest. And when people are honest, a lot of interesting things happen. It doesn't happen that much.
Oh,
how cute is that?
baby.
I know. What would you tell that 16-year-old girl?
I
if
look
you
so
could?
tired. I think it was, you know, 4 in the morning or something like that.
Out in California.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I feel I feel I'd probably tell her the same thing that I tell my own kids, which is everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. By the way, you are a busy, busy woman.
Yes.
You are a writer.
Yes.
You are a singer. You're on tour right now.
Yes.
Got a new movie coming out, right?
Yeah, actually 2 movies. Gem and the Holograms, which is coming out in October, and then I just did a little indie movie called Bad Night that's coming out this summer.
Okay, and last but not least, you're an advice columnist now for The Guardian.
I am.
Are you like one of these tough love types, or how are you as an advice columnist?
You know, I think I'm honest, maybe a little bit blunt, but I think I'm fair and rather nurturing, I think.
Molly, it is great to catch up with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks
for making my 16-year-old dreams come true right here.
You're very welcome.